Welcome back to Bottas Career Mode on F126. Today we're back for episode number 15 in Monza. So our aero development is pretty bad compared to the rest of the fields. Chassis is also pretty low. Our powertrain is the best, surprisingly. And durability is kind of middle of the pack. Okay. Well, since our aero is so low, we'll do this. This is a major drag reduction upgrade. But it's gonna take a while for that to get on the car. Well, that's all we can do. These upgrades are getting expensive. Into the race weekend we go. So we are coming off of 2 podiums in a row. We had a first place finish in Hungary and a second place finish at Zandvoort. So hopefully we can keep up the good results around Monza. I did throw in a brand new engine, or I guess newer engine components, so that should help. The car setup is feeling very good so far. It feels really balanced, but the only thing I'm worried about is the battery around a track like this, because obviously it's mostly straights. We're definitely going to need to defend with battery, so I feel like we're going to be using a lot. Okay, into qualifying we go. I'm not really sure what the pace is going to look like around here. I think the front runners are going to be really fast. Up to the line with a 119.9. That puts us 4th place for now. Down to P15, which is not bad. We just need like any improvement and we'll make it through. And across the line, 3/10 in the green. So that should be good enough. Yeah, P14. So barely good enough. First lap of Q2 on the old set of tires is a 121.1. Okay, that is, that's worse than I thought. We are 3 seconds off the pace. All right, we are gonna need a very big lap here. Around the final quarter, 1.4 seconds of improvement, but I think that's still not going to be nearly enough. Yeah, P15. Okay, well, the one stop is not seeming like it's possible here. The softs will die off a little too quickly, so we're going to have to do 2 stints on the mediums and then the final stint on the hards. I wouldn't expect tire wear would be that bad, but I guess that's what we're doing. Well, P15 is definitely not the best place to start, but we can do a lot of overtaking around here. And we started P21 in Hungary and somehow won, so I guess you never know. Well, Monza's famous for turn 1, so we'll definitely be looking up the inside to try to make up as many places as we can. But here we go, the 5 red lights are on, and we are racing around the Temple of Speed for 27 laps. We got a decent start off the line. It's a bit crowded down into turn 1. Gonna try to just sneak up the inside on the Williams, trying to avoid contact. Gonna dump the battery on the exits. That's ahead of Sainz. We should be gaining on Hulkenberg as well. These guys are gonna be slow into this next corner. That's past the McLaren as well. And that is up to P7 on the start. These guys in front are already kind of starting to run away. And it's going to be tough to catch up without using, like, all the battery. I think we might see a move from Lando here. He's right on us into this next corner. We'll take the outside, which will turn to the inside. Contact with Lando. Veering into us. Yeah, these guys in front are definitely a lot faster. I think we're probably going to be defending all race long. Speaking of which, there's Lando on the outside, down into the Ascari chicane. Kind of lifts at the end there, but he's sticking right to us through here. I think we're going to see another attempt from Lando. There he is. Just constantly under attack from the McLaren. We got someone else passing us as well. That's Sainz and Hulkenberg. We've got Albon on the inside as well, but we do have the boost mode down the straight, so we should at least get a couple of these places back. Lando's going slowly. Got a lot of traffic down into turn 1. Really trying to avoid contact. Just so many cars around the first couple corners. We still have the boost. So dumping the battery, flying past Audi. And somehow we'll come out of that back in front. That was... that was insane down the straight. Yeah, we are definitely going to be defending quite a lot. Here's one of the Williams. Make that both of the Williams down into the Ascari chicane. We've got Lando looking as well. Gonna try to close the door on the McLaren. Just, you really have to save the battery for the main straight. We are gaining on Sainz. We're a bit far back. Gonna try to make him go defensive. Down into turn 1. Just a little too far back to make it stick. More contact with Lando. Getting glued to the McLaren. Yeah, these Williams are pretty quick. We're out of a second now, so no boost. Starting to run away. The battery situation is a little bit desperate. We can charge it up into some corners, but we're having to use it a bit more than I would like to defend from Lando. Oh, yeah, that's a really bad run through there, a bit wide. There's Lando on the outside. Again, we're gonna have to just save the battery here. Try to go a bit defensive. They made that, they made that really easy. All this fighting is letting the Williams just completely run away. There's Lando. And now we've got Ocon on the inside. Not too much left on the battery. Hopefully it's enough to get back in front of the McLaren, down to 2%. But it will be enough to get back into 9th. Here's Lando on the inside once again. And try to cover that off. A little sketchy on the brakes through there. But he is really trying to attack over these last couple laps. He's going for it here. Really, it's tough to keep defending these guys and save the battery. Okay, on to lap 8. So we'll come in this lap for a new set of mediums. Hopefully that helps the pace. Yeah, the tires are not looking good. Okay, into the pit lane we go. Lando will be staying out because he's on the hards. But once we get out of here, we're going to need to set a couple fast lap times. Make sure we can cover off the McLaren. Here they are, the Mustache Mechanics. For the first time this race, perfect stop from the team. We'll stay out in front of Ocon. I gotta say, the pit crew has been really good all season. I guess the Brad pit crew was just terrible. We're gonna keep saving here into the chicane. And there goes Ocon, using all of his battery, I guess. We can get back in front of the Haas, nice and easy. Up to P14. I think the same exact thing is gonna happen here. We'll let Ocon go and save the battery for the main straight. That seems to be the best strategy because it's so long. And if they're using all their battery in this section, it's pretty much a guarantee you can re-overtake. Well, this should be nice and easy. We got almost 100% on the battery. We have the boost mode as well. Gonna fly past Ocon, down the pit straight, and we'll beat Lando too. Perfect. Well, it's probably safe to say that we're just gonna be defending the rest of the race. Unless we get lucky with a safety car, I think we're stuck here. There goes Lando down into turn 1. But I gotta say, it's not too worrying when you get overtaken in Monza now with all this battery stuff. I mean, a big kick of wheel spin definitely doesn't help, but it's so easy to just get back in front. Just really not a lot of effort there. We'll keep P9. We're looking a little low on fuel, so we're gonna have to start lifting and coasting, most likely for rest of the race. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the ass, but I mean, with this battery stuff, it's kind of like really, really easy to defend. There goes Ocon, but we'll just get him back immediately. We've got the boost mode, so we have 1 trillion horsepower. Pass Ocon very easily. Pit window is open, so we'll come in for the hards. At the end of this lap, that's Ocon trying to fight back. That was easy. Okay, once again, here are the mustache mechanics. Onto the hard compound tire we go. Our final stop this race, and that'll have us out of the pit lane down in P16. Okay, well, we've got a decent gap to Ocon behind, 3.2 seconds. So that gives us a bit of a buffer to do a bit more lifting and coasting and fuel saving. We're still in the red, but I mean, we're looking pretty good here. We'll beat Lando out of the pit lane, so that puts us P11. We've got Hajar and Alonso ahead, who are still gonna have to pit. So we've covered it off. Yeah, there they go into the pit lane, so that'll be P9 for us. All we have to do is just manage the fuel and manage the gap, and we're good. Gonna be a big lift into here. We're almost back to even on the fuel situation. We've got Lando behind now, 2.9 seconds behind. But the race is winding down, so I think we're chilling. I gotta say, man, I mean, I know Monza is normally like a lot of back and forth with all the straights, but with these regulations, even in the game, it just feels really cheap. It's not as satisfying to drive at all. I don't know. They gotta fix this. It's so stupid. Well, this has turned into a bit of a snooze fest on the last stint here. We're back into the green on the fuel. Lando's still 3 seconds behind. He's not gaining at all. So, yeah. Okay, on to the final lap. We are safe in terms of fuel, so we're free to push for the last lap. But Lando has gained about a second in the last couple laps. And sometimes you do see a very late push from the AI. I think we saw that in Spa. So we just got to be careful. Yeah, I don't know how they do this. Lando is within a second now. He's gained a second on this final lap. He's only 6/10 behind now into the final corner. We should be far enough ahead to stay in P9. But that is absolutely insane to gain that much time on one single lap. He's 3/10 back now. But across the line we go. And that'll be a 9th place finish. Another points finish consecutively here in Monza. Unfortunately, not the the best results, but it's still points. Wait, this is, yeah, it's a Ferrari 1-2 at their home race. Oh, that's good for them. I guess they had a good race. Ours was insanely boring, especially that last stint. Not really anything happening. Not really the most entertaining video. So, sorry about that. Oh, I haven't really been paying attention, but there is a very close fight at the front here. Lando's leading the championship. Russell is 1 point behind. Antonelli's really close too. Piastri's close. That's pretty crazy. I should start paying attention to that. So that is 13 points finishes in a row, which is definitely good. We're still beating the shit out of Perez, so that looks good on us. But it seems like we either get a podium or we get 9th place. It's like one of the two options. Okay, well, that was unfortunately quite a boring race, but we do get points. So at least there's something positive to take away from it. But up next, we have the brand new track in Madrid. And I wonder how that's gonna work out. I'm gonna have to practice that track. I haven't really driven on it too much. So hopefully we can keep the point streak alive, but I'm very curious to see how the AI behave around there. So, I don't know. Maybe we can keep the point streak alive. Maybe it snaps next race. I guess we'll find out.